Dom said on a podcast before that you were one of his first friends when he moved to LA. How did that relationship start?
Oh, well, so he considers it a friendship. Uh,
Yo, Dom, over here. Hey, Dom,
Bye.
hey. Yo, Dom. Cheers.
Salute.
What are you drinking? Breast milk.
Yeah, she was a stripper named Lana. Capital L.
Hey, can we bring our guest right in this
Oh
week?
yeah. Our guest.
You want to switch it up a little bit?
Yeah.
We'll just all catch up together. You cool with that, Dom?
Yeah.
Well,
all right.
Too late. He's at the front door. Here he is. He's buzzing him in.
Virtual. Frazer Smith. Nice to meet you.
He's coming in.
Nice to meet. I worked with him last night.
Oh, did you?
In Hermosa Beach, yes, my friend.
Hello, how you doing?
Oh my God, look at you. Look like a bulldog.
Come on, man. What's going on? Hi, Dom.
First of all, may I say your singing last night was to die for?
Did I know most of the lyrics? I think so.
Yeah, you do. You're like kind of like an idiot savant or something. It's not like a bad idiot.
I know that.
That was a fun night. You killed last night.
Time. Yeah, it was cool.
Nice to meet you. I'm Steve. That's Brian.
I'm sorry, guys. I forgot you were here.
Hi, guys. How are you?
Nice to meet you.
You got any food? Got any food for the skinny one?
Good to meet you guys.
You too, sir. You too. Thanks for doing the show. So where was the show you guys were at last night? Where did you guys perform?
Well, we were at the Comedy and Magic Club, which is a stand-up club down in Hermosa Beach.
Mm-hmm.
That is co-owned, I think, by Jay Leno.
Yeah. I wonder how he's doing. Is there?
He's been in the news lately.
Yeah.
I heard today that he's doing much better. Somebody had been talking to him on the phone last night, one of the comics, and I guess he's doing pretty good considering.
He looks delicious.
Yeah.
Was he with anybody when that accident happened, or I didn't look into it too much. What exactly happened?
Oh, he was fixing his truck or something.
Well, it was one of those steam cars. His cars. He's got some wild vehicles,
Mm-hmm.
and I guess it was a steam car, and somehow the steam caught on fire, and then it hit some gasoline.
Steam got on fire.
That's what happened.
Look over there. Let's get out of here. The steam is on fire. Oh my God!
Is that Jay Leno's voice when he's driving?
No, it's just a character of the many characters that I do. Why me?
I heard them all on the drive down to the club last night, guys.
Oh, you guys carpooled together.
Yeah,
carpooled.
And he was singing Beatles songs the entire way.
Because I like to keep my finger in the pulse. What's happening in the pulse today? That's right.
That's right. It's a newer band, and Dom knows all their lyrics.
How hot was that girl that was sitting next to me?
Pretty hot, Dom.
Beautiful.
You didn't do anything weird, did you?
Punch your boyfriend in the face for no reason.
I saw you were ready to do that, man.
Little guts.
That's why I jumped in between you.
You don't jump anymore. Who are you kidding there, Toby?
Well, I waddled in between you.
Perfect. Hold on, waddle. Close up.
That was fun, man. Dom killed, of course, as usual.
I killed. I
all the clubs in LA, they're all showcase clubs, right? It ain't like there's a host feature and a headliner. You guys all do showcase spots, right?
Well, mostly, yeah. That club actually does do headliners sometimes. Mostly it is a showcase place too, but they'll do I've been down there when Dom headlined and did it like a long set. So, but you're right, most of them don't.
Yeah. What clubs?
Do what they can get away with. That's what they're just the bastards. Yeah. I hope they all get fire on their face.
How much time did you do last night, Dom?
I don't know. It seemed endless. I wanted to hang myself after it. It was terrible.
How do you think
the first show was good? Yeah, imagine being in the audience for that shit.
No, you were great, man.
Great. Come on. Don't say that. Then if I really was great, people
we were just talking about the gas prices in LA. What do you guys in Philly? It's $3.85 a gallon. What are you guys up to out there?
Well, it was weird when we were driving to the gig last night. I noticed the closer we were to Hollywood, it was like 6 something, 6:30.
Mm-hmm.
And then And then we were there as we got closer down to the beach. It was like 4 something.
Jesus Christ!
You read all the signs.
Yeah.
Look, Daddy. Look, Daddy.
That's why I drive to the beach to get my gas.
580. Do you believe this? Yeah.
That's
how you started out, right, Reedy?
My grandfather was always like he was the cheapest SOB on the planet, and me and my dad, whenever we were on the road, we would call him and tell him where we were at, and we would tell him the gas price was actually 3 or 4 cents lower than it was, just to get a rise out of him. All the time. He would keep a little notebook in his car with all the cheap gas stations up and down the East Coast.
He's like a barrel of lamps.
Well, it's bad out there. I mean, gangbangers are doing drive-bys on Zoom.
Is that material? If
I catch you, mine, yeah. Oh, I can't do material on this one, on this show.
You can do it.
Okay. Yeah, but we had fun down there. It was cool. By the way, congrats on the Eagles won again today, right?
Yes, they won by a point.
By a point.
Yeah, I was traveling today. I didn't see any highlights yet or nothing. Dom Herrera, don't spoil it for me. I'm catching up right after the show.
Are you guys Flyer fans?
All Philly sports. Me and Dom, but Brian's actually a Jersey guy.
Yeah. Well, how about those Devils, man?
Yeah, I'm not that big into hockey. I gotta say, I never really took to the sport.
They're good. They're looking good.
Did you play hockey as a kid, Fraze?
I did, yeah. I'm from Michigan. You had to play. It was a law.
I just roller skated. Because that was a bad mom. Here comes that rear on the roller skates. Yeah.
I wasn't any good, but I did play.
Detroit? You grew up in Detroit?
Yeah.
Did you start comedy there, or did you start comedy out west?
A little bit in Detroit, but mostly when I got out here.
Was there a big comedy scene in Detroit?
There's like a couple clubs. There's still like 2 clubs there or something. There's the biggest one is a place called the Comedy Castle, and that's where Tim Allen started, and Dave Coulier, all the guys.
Tim Allen does comedy too. Tim Allen does comedy.
He does, allegedly, yeah.
I've seen his work. I didn't think it was funny.
He's a comic, and they have a little scene there. I mean, it's a pretty good scene, actually. Not as many, clubs.
You fight with yourself?
I am, yeah. Not as many clubs as New York or LA, but a couple clubs.
I'm sorry. Go ahead, Dom.
Please. No, that's all right. I'm used to it by now. I do my best under the circumstances.
You really do. Yeah.
Hey, you know what I like about me? Not to all bullshit aside, I'm down to earth.
Well, you are, and I'm glad you were.
My ass is down there. That's just down there. Why are these pants so tight? Something's wrong with them.
By the way, Denise from Bananas says hello. I worked Bananas over the weekend with Brett Ernst headline.
Hey, how is my buddy? How is Brett Ernst?
Brett's doing good, man.
Now, where is he? Is he in Vegas now?
Yeah, he's got a residency in Vegas, and he splits his time between Vegas and Florida.
Residency?
Yeah, he's at the Strat.
Like a cardinal or something.
He's got a house.
Yeah. Nobody, all Catholics now.
Brett Ernst is a great guy, man.
He's all right.
Yeah, he's cool.
I've seen better.
Well,
why do you hate him so much?
I don't hate him. I like him. Where were you guys working? Are you working at Bananas?
Yeah. I opened for Brett.
How many different kinds of banana did you work for? I worked for No Peel Piano, Go Bananas. Remember the place in Philly?
Oh, you're saying that club name can be used by multiple different venues.
That fruit is very popular amongst club owners.
It's the funniest fruit.
Yeah.
Well, I remember I was telling Brian, who's not a comic, I'm working Bananas this weekend. I told I told Brian I'm working at Bananas this weekend, and he was like, "That's a great name for a comedy club."
It's perfect.
Oh yeah. Or a monkeypox vaccine.
Yeah.
Well, that's cool. And Brett Ernst, so he's in Vegas. He was in Ohio or something, right? And then
Yeah, he was living there. Now he's in Vegas. He does Wednesdays, I think Tuesdays and Wednesdays, or Wednesdays and Thursdays at the Stratosphere's new comedy club. It's called the LA Comedy Club.
yeah. With Butch, with my buddy Butch Bradley. Dom,
Butch did the show. Yep.
Yeah, Butchie.
Mm-hmm.
He's a good comic.
Yeah.
Story about it. I called him Chuck for 2 years. And
Really?
And his brother was in town. Apparently, like he's a fan of mine. I know I had one of them out there, and he said, "Listen, my brother's here. My name isn't Chuck; it's Bruce." Right? So,
by the way, yeah.
Well, go ahead.
Well, I just remember when Butch was in LA for a long time, man. He was.
I said, "Why didn't you tell me that?" He says, "Well, I look like a Chuck."
He does kind of, yeah.
He's Chuckish.
He is.
Why are you ashamed to laugh, you guys?
He's
he's very pale.
Who's that?
Bruce Chuck.
Chuck is pale. Yeah, he is. Yeah.
Chuck Bradley.
How were the shows at Bananas?
Oh, they were pretty packed out, man. I think Brett's from that area, like that whole Jersey, right outside of New York. I'm more of like South Philly, South Jersey, like, but he's more up top. And we went out for pizza up there, and I went out to dinner the night before. I was just telling Brian, I was eating healthy, I was working out, but I went off the wagon. Out. I was, Dom. I was eating right. I was getting back in shape. Yeah.
That never lasts too long, man.
I had that comedy road binge where I just ate and drank all weekend.
You do look fatter.
That's what you do on the road.
I shaved, Dom. That too. You know, the beard usually covers it up.
That hat makes you look just a little bit retarded. a touch retarded.
It's 28 degrees here.
I mean special.
Is that how cold it is? Wow.
It's freezing. It got cold like that.
It's cold out here too. It's like it was 78 today.
Geez. That's messed up, man.
Sorry.
I'll be thinking about you when I'm shoveling my payment tomorrow.
Wow, man. So it's already a lot of snow.
I think we're supposed to get snow this week.
Oh, but, okay.
You know, I blame it on the minorities. It's the minorities that cause the snow.
Well, I don't want to tell you. It's supposed to be 85 on Thanksgiving here.
God bless you guys.
You wear my panties. My panties around the house.
Are you going to go to Laugh Factory on Thanksgiving, Dom, or no?
To give away food to the poor? No.
Yeah.
I hate the poor.
What's that? When did that start? That tradition?
Well, it depends who you ask. Jamie, according to Jamie, it was like 50 years ago, but it's probably been about 25 years ago.
We should tell you who Jamie Masada is the owner of the Laugh Factory. And apparently he came over here by himself, you know, as a teenager. Then he keeps getting younger. Now he came over here as a toddler. Got on a plane and he built this empire.
He's now 4.
He's 4. He'll be 4.
Yeah.
His big 4 is coming up.
Yeah. And his accent keeps getting thicker whenever you bring up money. Buddy, I cannot tell you, help you. I got the thing with the Flavin. We get it going, buddy.
Buddy Guy, or what was he? Buddy something on the radio show.
Your
radio show.
He was Buddy.
Buddy. That's very clever.
Yeah, he was on my radio show as my sidekick. That was a huge mistake. My boss was like, "Why is that guy? What is he saying? We needed subtitles."
How long were you in radio? Were you in radio before stand up?
Yeah, yeah. I was a DJ out here for a long time on a station called KLOS. I was on a bunch of stations that
Did you
fired
save
me,
money? Did you save
and
money
but
for a rainy day?
yeah, well, no, but that's why I'm doing this podcast. Are you kidding? No,
Oh yeah, your
yeah,
check
no.
is.
I was on for a lot of years out here. I had a morning show that Dom was on a bunch of times, and Jamie Masada was my sidekick, and he now owns the Laugh Factory, and I can't get in there.
That sounds like bad business.
No, Dom and I still play there.
Oh, that's what's up, man.
Yeah.
Team.
Brian, just so you know, this tradition of the Laugh Factory on Thanksgiving, apparently, I don't know how long it's been going on, but like all the comedians open the doors for like, I think the homeless, right? And you guys feed them Thanksgiving dinner?
Well, the homeless,
Yeah, we do.
Just mentally ill people.
Well, no, Dom. I mean, you're not counting me there, are you?
The Cyclops is one-eyed people. I went up there.
It actually is a nice gesture, and they do help homeless people, and that's kind of cool. Although our joke is that Jamie is the one who made all the people homeless. By not giving them work at the club.
It was funny when I got on. Half the house had left already. I said, "Where'd everybody go?" And they said they just had to get out of here. Can you imagine the show and the food are that bad that the homeless people go out in the hole?
Wait!
You guys perform that day too?
Yeah, we do a show. It's bad when when people who are homeless walk out on dessert.
Enjoy.
Yeah, actually, the food's pretty good, and we do a show, and they don't get a lot of the jokes, but we have a good time.
They don't get anything. They're homeless.
I know it's a tough crowd. Tough crowd. All right.
They make fun of people with homes. Yeah, you make fancy home. 2 doors, la-di-da.
There's nothing worse than getting heckled by someone with a shopping cart.
Hey, you, hold it. Hey, you, hold my cart, Anna. How about taking me for a ride around this place?
Do you guys ever drive any of them home? No, I'm not going to go into that.
They can't get that stink out of the car.
First of all, what home? They don't have anywhere. I'll just drop you off anywhere.
They're lucky. They don't have to pay no taxes, nothing. Walk in the beautiful sun.
But it is a cool thing, and it's nice to do.
That's awesome. Do you have to get booked to perform that night, or whoever drops
That's the trouble. There's no.
You can just go get a plate, Steve, if you want to go up.
It's bad when you get bumped at a homeless show. But it happens.
That's great.
God bless it, huh? Out there with the little cart, pushing it around.
Tom, you usually come back to Philly for Thanksgiving. You coming back this year, or you're gonna lay low? Yeah.
No, I'm neither laying low or coming back. I think we were in the Russell Peters house.
Oh, nice.
Oh, nice. Very cool.
That's cool.
You weren't invited.
I know. I wasn't actually.
Well, your voice is so beautiful. It's very distracting when you try to eat. Yeah,
well, that's one of my goals.
Where's your next gig out of town?
My next gig? It's probably like.
Should you say my ass?
No. Well, I did actually. That's
my next gig.
My ace. No, it's February. February. Not till February. I go to Reno, beautiful Reno, in December.
Are you saying that on this show at this time? That place is probably in line now. They're packed.
Oh yeah. Are you kidding?
We got a big following in Reno.
We got a following in Reno. Yeah.
Big following in Reno.
We basically do the show for Reno's economy.
Well, yeah, the people in Reno actually make the homeless people at the Laugh Factory look pretty spiffy.
They look home.
They are a strange bunch up there. Yeah. But yeah, I'm there in first part of December with Darren Carter, the party starter.
He calls himself a party starter. Is that a lot of pressure on a person?
No, it's like
Is
Cedric.
anybody going to start this fucking party?
It's like Cedric the Entertainer. He's an entertainer.
Yeah.
Cedric the
Yeah.
Entertainer. I think that's I like comedians with nicknames. I think that's pretty cool. Yeah.
Yeah. That's cool.
You don't see it very often anymore.
You really don't. We need more of that.
I don't know why that died. I don't know why that died out for a while. It was like Earthquake. That's not his real name, obviously.
Mr.
I thought
Quake.
it was.
Mr. Quake.
That's a good name, though.
Two seats for Mr. Quake, please. It's for you. Who is it? Earthquake. Oh, I better hurry up.
Bruce. Remember Bruce?
Yeah,
he's very funny.
No.
Yes.
Apparently, Kevin Hart's name was Little Kev. That was his.
Is that right? Wow.
Yeah, before he became Kevin Hart, he used to go by Little Kev. That's what they used to bring him up as.
Well, it's probably good that he changed that.
Gallagher wasn't Gallagher. That's a nickname, right?
Gallagher. There's two Gallaghers. There were anyway till last week.
Yeah, that was his actual name, but that was his last name. Obviously.
And then for the longest time, wasn't Sebastian Maniscalco just Sebastian? He didn't do the whole thing for a while, right?
Used to get him tired. Yeah. Just saying the whole thing.
Gallagher, I did a lot of shows with Gallagher. And I'm not sure which one. It might have been his brother. I don't know, because you couldn't tell them apart. But he
definitely did it with his. You definitely did it with his brother.
So wait, so when Gallagher would work out material at the store, how do you follow a guy to fucking smash his watermelon all over the state? What would you do?
That was what he called the workout.
I bring vegetables. Throw them off.
He's like, I wrote that.
Dom goes out there with Broccoli Rob.
Yeah. What's that smell?
I did a show with Gallagher. He was doing a Showtime special. He did a lot of Showtime specials back in the day when those were the only specials. And we were at the Palace Theater. It's a famous old venue that Dean Martin show used to come out of there.
I've heard of it.
A lot of stuff, the Beatles. And we anyway, he threw out the entire audience. He got pissed and he goes, "All right, get out of here now." He starts yelling at the crowd, and he threw them all out. So then we're halfway through the show, and the Showtime executives were like, "What do we do now?" So they got bullhorns and they went down to Hollywood Boulevard and said, "If you want to come to the show, we'll give you a free drink." And it was like Dawn of the Dead. All the prostitutes and the drug dealers and everything. That was the crowd for the rest of the show.
Sounds like an Atlantic City crowd.
Yeah.
That's what you get at the Tropicana on a Tuesday.
Yeah. That's the Late Show.
Want a cookie?
I don't need a cookie.
Nobody needs a cookie.
I don't need a cookie.
Did Gallagher work out in LA in the 70s or?
Well, he started small, with just like cherries and stuff like that.
And grapes, grapes.
No,
I'm saying he really wouldn't do that at the store, would he?
I couldn't do it. I mean, yeah. Well, he did special shows. He would have a raincoat and all.
Yeah,
I remember seeing. He was seeing
very romantic. Take your baby to
first date.
Yeah. This girl was a friend of this prostitute friend of mine. And I used to get half off and all.
Yeah.
And she came to the show. She goes, "You better be funny, or I'm gonna throw stuff at you." I said, "When's the last time you saw produce at a comedy club?" What that banana damn tough guy.
It was probably from last time they saw Gallagher.
Yeah, well, there you go. It all ties together, doesn't it?
Yeah, I brought it right back around.
Did he used to hand out those like plastic.
Yeah, they would give raincoats to everybody from front
Okay.
row. Yeah.
Did they have to sign anything? They had to
Uh,
sign anything going in there just protect them?
I think that was it.
It was part of the experience. So like what happens if he drops the hammer?
You seem
Or-
to know a suspicious amount of food stuff. Were you one of those fucking foot comedians?
Well,
What are
remember
you?
when Letterman would throw stuff off the top of the building?
Yeah.
I remember Gallagher wanted to sue him. Honestly, he wanted to sue him because he was like, I wrote that. That's my bit. And he was
Really?
mad at Dave. Yeah, he was mad at Dave for throwing the stuff off the roof.
Wow.
Because Gallagher said he was the first one to throw stuff off the roof.
Vegetables, fruits. Can't we all just get along?
Who was the best prop comic you ever seen out west?
How about that guy, the Amazing Wid? Was that his name?
Wid's still around.
Is he? Yeah.
He's in Philly.
The Amazing Wid, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was
I
hard to
remember I
follow
worked with
him
him.
because you got all those props.
He's still around. He closed out one of my show. I do a bi-monthly show at Helium, and he closed it out
It
last
takes
year
him an hour and a half to pack up after the show.
to load up.
Yeah. The other guy, of course, Carrot Top, who's still in
really
Vegas.
good though.
He is
He's
good.
very good for what he does.
Yeah, he's good.
Yeah, I read something. He makes like over 10 million a year.
Yeah, he got a good deal. He's a good comic too.
He's a good person. God bless him.
Yes, he is.
Mr. Top.
Mr. Top.
Stop.
He's
Or-
Top.
As
Big
Jamie
fan
calls
to
him,
you.
the top of the carrot.
So you go back to Detroit for the holidays, or you usually stay? You got any family ties there still, or everybody kind of?
Really not anymore. No.
No.
I got a lot of friends back there, but I try to stay out of there as much as possible during the winter.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
probably
for the best.
But yeah, I'll go back, in the springtime and probably do a gig at the Comedy Castle there.
Yeah.
And how about those Lions guys?
He's
3 in a row.
Yeah.
3 in a row. It's so rare.
Yeah, Dom doesn't want to know any scores. He doesn't. He doesn't want to know
okay,
anything.
okay.
It's for other people.
Yeah.
I loved Detroit when I was younger because I was a big Barry Sanders guy. I never understood why he stopped playing football so early. It never made
Because
sense.
he was tired of getting beaten up of no stinky lines.
Dom, he could have broke so many records. He was so good and had such a short career. The whole thing didn't make sense. Still don't make sense.
It does if you know the Lions management. They are awful, and they it's the Fords, the Ford family.
Yeah,
And
but he's making good money. He's living his dream. He's in the NFL. Something about that whole thing was just so odd. It's like,
Dom's right though. They kept telling him they were going to get him they were going to get him a line because he was getting beat up. And they kept saying, we're going to get some guys. We're going to go out and spend some money.
Mm-hmm.
They got all the money in the world. And then they were cheapskates and they didn't ever do that. And so he got into a beef with him. And he's not really that kind of guy. He's a pretty cool dude, but he got mad at management because, he had to do it all himself. It wasn't like Emmitt Smith, who had a great line with the Cowboys. Barry had to do it all himself, and he got hammered, and so he finally just had it with management.
Mm-hmm. How did that
same thing happen?
How did that fan base, like being a part of that fan base, how did they all react when that happened? Like he never I think he played 8 seasons, right?
I'm not sure. Probably. You're right though. He could have set every record and put it out of sight, but he just didn't get along with management, and the fans were pissed. I don't think they really knew why. Like you said, everyone was like, "Why did he?" He was 31 when he stopped.
He said why. He said because they were beating the shit out of him.
Yeah, he did, but I don't think the public got it.
Yeah, but Dom, usually when that kind of stuff happens in professional sports, somebody ends up making some sort of an agreement where either the organization or the player loses money, and then they play somewhere else and they win.
Is that really that young though for a running back? Like 30, 31 is like kind of old for a running back.
It is,
You know,
but
like
he still had a couple more years where he could have extended that record. You know.
Yeah, he played 10 years, 10 seasons from '89 to
Yeah.
'98.
I played.
Yeah,
played
he
a lot
could
of
have
football.
extended.
Dom, what position did you play?
I didn't play a position. I roamed.
He is a roamer. You know, Dom did play college basketball, though.
Yeah, we know all about it.
Yep.
Well, I don't like the way you said that.
Well, because we try to praise you, and you say you were a great player for a comedian. You don't like the. You're very humble about it.
I'm very proud of my humility. I'll tell you that.
And he knows
Benjamin
all
Franklin.
the big coaches too. He's buddies with all the big college coaches.
We didn't even wear uniforms. We just got the 50-yard line and just beat the shit out of each other.
He played in street clothes.
I left everything in that field.
You did.
My bra, my panties.
Your wallet.
Where's my wallet?
Yeah.
Up your
It's on the 50-yard line. But he was a heck of a hoopster.
Did you ever share the court with anybody worth name dropping? Any players? You played basketball with Barkley?
No, we shot him up with him. We're going to play with him. Did you ever see him? He was like 400 pounds when he played for the Sixers.
He's huge.
So what did you guys play? Horse?
Tag. We played tag. Tag's harder than you think.
Chased him around the court.
You said you were on the court with him. What did you? You said no. I didn't play him. Did you play him in one-on-one?
I don't know. Okay, I just don't remember. Sorry, I snapped. I played till the cows come home. Once again, the fucking cows are late.
What's the Vanderbilt coach who just retired? Jay.
Look at
Jay. You talking about Villanova? Jay Wright?
Or Villanova? I mean,
yeah. Jay Wright. Yeah, Jay Wright.
He's a great guy, great coach.
Yeah, that's Dom's buddy.
I just seen a. I think the comic was from Michigan that opened for Sebastian at the Brigada. I think Mike Young. His name is Mike Young.
Mike Young.
Very funny. Very funny.
He's
I think
funny,
I think he's a Detroit comic.
Yes, he is. A really funny guy.
Very funny. He opened for Sebastian at the Brigada.
Yeah, he's great. And he was opening for Bobby Saget, too, for a long time.
Bobby, yeah. Bobby all of a sudden?
Yeah, I'm very, yeah. Mike Young, he's real good.
Longer than his regular name.
He's also a movie director, Mike Young.
He's also full of shit. How about that?
Oh, well.
There's a nice stew with that.
I was waiting for you to say that.
Thank you. You just set him up and I'll hit him out.
There you go. There you
go. Anybody peckish?
I'm a little peckish, yeah.
So I heard on a podcast you and Dom said on a podcast before that you were one of his first friends when he moved to LA. How did that relationship start?
Oh, well, so he considers it a friendship.
You just consider it another faggy little dancer.
Yeah, I did actually. And no, I don't remember. I guess just working together, doing shows. And I think he was a guest on my show. I was a big fan, and I think he did my radio show.
Okay.
He's a big fan. I used to watch him on the Rodney Dangerfield specials.
Yep.
Right? That was the first time I saw him. And hilarious. And he was good friends with Rodney. And that was, I think, who else was on that first special, Don? Was Dice on there? Or
Dice was on it. Carol Leifer.
Yeah. Tim Allen?
No. Tim didn't get it.
Who else was on there? Lenny Clark?
Robert Schimmel.
Oh, Schimmel, yeah.
You ever see him, guys?
I've heard of him. I heard of we were just talking about Lenny Clark last episode. Like we were trying to figure out, is he considered a Boston comic or did he live in LA and New York?
Boston.
Like,
No,
but everybody knows who he is. Like he's
Boston. He's Boston, but he was out here. He lived out here for a while.
Mm-hmm.
Really funny dude.
Boston
Bill Hicks was Hicks on it too, and Barry Sobel. Barry Sobel.
Oh, that was it. Oh, okay. But that was the first time I saw Dom. I was like, man, that guy. Everybody, you were great on there. And Rodney became good friends with Dom.
Yeah,
they were good buddies.
That's how I saw him. And he said, "Anything I could do for you, kid?" I said, "No, just being your friend's cool." And then I go, "You could close your robe." He goes, what do you mean? I go, "I can't eat with those little fucking purple balls peeking out of your robe." Just
well, that's where you and I differ. No, yeah, but that was Rodney. Everybody's got a Rodney open robe story. He was a great guy.
He snorting cocaine, got two hookers in a limousine. He lived that crazy show business life that you really don't see much of.
Yeah.
Did you party with him a lot, Dom?
No, I don't do coke or anything. Yeah.
No, I'm saying, like, would you go out? Would you guys go out, or you just worked? I missed that one.
Yeah, we hung around. I can't hang till 5 a.m. though when everybody else is coked up.
Yeah.
I have to be home by 4:45.
That's why you didn't get along well with the Irish.
Watch your step here.
Didn't you? I mean, remember that one of your bits is about drinking with the Irish at the Kilkenny Festival?
Now, if you do this material, what am I going to do for my show?
Oh, okay. Sorry.
It was my closing bit.
That's right. I can't step on that. Sorry.
No, I saw your act.
And you're still talking to me.
You? I was talking to him.
Oh.
I can't. We're all in different worlds.
Yeah.
You want something else? You're going to take this cookie out of the Neosphere, whatever the fuck.
Dom's putting in an order. Is that what's going on?
I had a cheesesteak the other day in LA. That was
good.
It was good. I'm telling you, it was good.
Well, I want to ask you guys that. Is there a cheesesteak in LA that's close to being what it's
called? Fat Sal's.
Really?
Yeah, it was great.
So when I have family in Burbank, I go to LA area once a year, and he took me last time I was up there. He took me to a place in the Burbank area, which is a Philly-based store. Do you guys know the name of it? Like, Dom, have you heard of this place? It's in the Burbank area, and they make all Philly-style stuff. And I had a cheesesteak. It didn't meet expectations, not this much.
It didn't really, yeah.
You want a Philly cheesesteak. Don't get me wrong. Like down the shore, like the Jersey Shore area, you can get a good cheesesteak, I feel like.
Oh, yeah.
I always say, what is the best cheesesteak in Philly?
Depends. It's a loaded question.
Dom likes Jim's, but they just burnt down.
Well, you don't even eat.
I can eat one whole half a cheesesteak at a time, for sure.
Wow.
Dom, don't let him fool you, Dom. He just has them genes where he's got them genes where he can't gain weight. He can eat whatever he wants. He won't gain weight. Brian.
I'm bulimic. I throw up every time after I'm done eating.
No, everybody in his family's thin. Me, every guy in my family is a fucking bull. I got no shot. That's why I'm the person to ask where to go for a cheesesteak. I vote John's and Phillips.
Yeah, John's is good.
And where's John's?
Street?
John's closes at 3:00. It's a little hub on I want to say like around Second Street, like Oregon Avenue.
Oh, I thought it was on South Street.
No, that's Jim's, John. Jim's, but they just burnt down.
Wow,
caught on fire this summer.
Yeah, I didn't know that until you said that. I didn't know that. That's
well, when we first did a podcast with Dom, he said that. I asked him what his favorite cheesesteak was in Philly, and he said he liked Jim's because they chopped up the meat.
I don't feel like chewing like that. I get very tired chewing.
So the California cheesesteak did not measure up.
Well, I mean, also the Genos and Pats when you come,
It's the same.
it's a staple. You know, it's an experience.
Yeah.
You know, you get the pictures, the lights, all that. Rocky was
Yeah.
filmed there. Dom, didn't you say that they Geno's let you eat in the booth one time?
Oh yeah.
I
Just
remember.
the flyers, a couple. I feel like I made it to Philadelphia. Celebrity is.
Well, nobody could sit in that booth.
I was with the,
They have a booth for celebs or something?
Yeah. Yeah. And
Wow.
Dom mentioned that before that they let him
one booth.
one
Two
booth. And you got to be
fat people. They can't get out. They've been in it for years.
What comic were you with when you ate the cheesesteak? Which fat comic?
Max Alexander. Remember him?
Oh yeah.
Max
I love that
Alexander.
story,
Yeah.
He was opening for Tom Jones, and Tom Jones never went to see him, and he begged him. Finally, goes, "All right, I'll come see you tonight." He saw Max and he fired him.
Wow, really?
Yeah, you never heard that story?
No, that's hilarious. Wow. Yeah. Well, there's that story about Brad Garrett was opening for Sinatra.
I love that. I love that story. Yeah.
And at the end of his set, he goes, "By the way, stick around for Frank." Or no, he says, "You might want to stick around for Frank." And then he's walking off stage, and Julie Rizzo came up to him and goes, "What do you mean by that? What do you mean by stick around for Frank? Maybe you might want to stick around for Frank." Of course they're going to stick around for Frank. It's Frank.
He didn't get it. It was a joke.
Yeah.
What about Detroit style pizza, Fraze?
You know what? They just opened a place out here, and it's to me it's just like Chicago deep dish pizza, but with sauce on top. That's the only difference that I can tell.
Yeah, I want to try Detroit style. I lived in Chicago for 2 years, and I loved Lou Malinotti's deep dish. It was really good.
It's good. There? It's good, and the one out here is pretty good. It's pretty close. It kind of measures up because it's a lot of times it's stuff like the water. Like I remember the actress Kathy Moriarty, she opened up Mulberry Street Pizza here, and she would fly the water out so that the pizzas tasted like New York.
Jesus, how much was that pie? God damn.
Easy the pie.
I don't know, but I guess that's the key to it.
Something in the water.
Yeah.
Well, let's end on that sad note.
Is that it? That's the end of the show?
Frazer, thank you for doing the show, my man.
It's good to meet you.
Well, it's a pleasure to meet you guys, and thanks for having me on there. I don't know who that other guy is. Who is he? Dom? Dom?
Hey, that's me.
Oh, okay.
Fraze, we're going to do a gig tomorrow.
We got to finish our tour, man. We got to. There's 3 more Beatles songs we didn't sing.
By the way, your voice was really in tune last night.
I'm going to work on those lyrics.
Did I hear you after sitting on your lap for that long?
Yeah. I was making most of those up, but we did have fun, and I'm sure we'll be back on tour soon. Guys, have a good Thanksgiving.
Frazer, thank you. Happy Thanksgiving.
Thanks a lot for doing the show.
You too. Thanks, guys.
Yep.
Yo, Dom, over here.
Hey,
Dom, hey.
Yo, Dom.